Yo, it's another episode of Cory Cash podcast. And you know, I got a special guest.
Special. real special.
We on our fourth shot of Hennessy.
Yes, sir.
We got to get this shit done, though. And he been selling, do a podcast over here. Let me do a podcast with you.
It's been a long time in the making.
It's been a dead-ass long time in the making.
Damn near a fucking year.
More than
not to be mistaken.
Yeah. I ain't even gonna lie. Actually, as we talk, we about to hit this shot of Hennessy. You know what I'm saying? I got my shot, he got his. Salud.
Hennessy is fucking disgusting.
Hennessy fucking disgusting. But
shit. It hit you right here, like in this part. This is the neck part, the jugular.
Alright, so
this is the temple.
What we gonna get into first? I had 5 topics on my phone that I want to talk about. I want to talk about women feeling like they're exempt and privileged
from a lot of things.
Like, all right, so recently I had this girl on my Snap and she was complaining about a nigga not showing interest to her. She was like, the nigga, they kissed and the nigga, he was cool. And she was wondering why he was in his shell so much. And he was like, he been wasting his time with girls and taking them out on dates. And I felt him on that. You feel me? Because they don't never go nowhere. Not that a nigga always want pussy. Bitches don't stick around as friends. You feel me? For the least part. And hold on. And she was just talking real reckless about him on her Snap and saying that I felt like he was a bitch and not vulgar. She was vulgar, but not like aggressively. She was like, he did one thing that turned me off. He didn't walk me to my car. And in her snapping, I'm like, bro, maybe you know what I'm saying? Maybe he was fronting on the first day because he didn't have money. She was like, I offered to pay. So I was like, you believe in chivalry. So why would you want yourself to pay as a female rather than him pay? You know what I'm saying? And then you want him, like, it's either or.
This is my thing with the whole situation, right?
Right.
This is how I feel about every relationship I get into. So where I'm about to come from is my personal opinion.
Where you about to come from, facts.
And you start every relationship how you want to finish. So therefore, if I feel like I'm going to build a partnership with somebody and I feel I'm going to continue a partnership, I want to start off as a partnership.
Right.
So therefore, no woman would be paying all for me and I won't be paying all for the women because I feel it needs to be 50-50.
That's a fact.
Now, there's gonna be some women out there like, oh my God.
I'm not gonna lie.
You're just
I was blessed to have some women that had great jobs and they'd be like, yo, don't worry about that shit. You feel me? And that's beautiful. That's a turn on.
Yeah, but I only had that in a couple situations.
More situations less than likely. Yeah.
And I guarantee you, but this is my thing. This is what gets me about today's current women.
Right.
You want equality in the workforce.
Right.
You want equality in your living space.
Right.
But no one wants to do equal work or equal partnership. Right now, if you tell a woman, babe, we're about to get a house.
Right.
We're about to get this house. Yeah. But I'm gonna get the mortgage.
Right.
I'm going to get the car note,
but
I'm going to need you to pay for the grocery bills or something. Basically, I'm going to need to be a partnership to split it 50-50 down the middle. You know how many women be like, oh, I wasn't raised like that. That's not traditional.
Right.
Or, here's another one. My grandfather or my father didn't raise me to be like that.
Right.
Like, if you really want to talk about tradition and how we was raised, women don't come out on the better end of that. You know what I'm saying?
It's a fact.
But, anytime you ask someone to contribute 50-50 to a relationship, especially with women nowadays, I think it's only right. I feel that a partnership should be a partnership.
A partnership should always
I don't care if you got a vagina or a penis.
And she like, oh, I'm about to cut this nigga off. And I'm like, bro, now that I see what he's saying, like, you sitting there, you talking crazy about him on your Snap. And he don't have no knowledge of it, and then you wonder why he not interested in you that much. You feel me?
But you know the thing
it's just the way the universe works.
But
it's cause and effect.
But the thing with women is sometimes I've learned dealing with women. Women only tell half truth.
Yo,
women, hold on, let me tell you something about women,
right?
A woman will be like, oh, he beat on me.
Right.
He didn't care about me.
Right.
He cheated on me with 35 women.
Right.
And then you'll be like, well, okay, yeah, he's a dirtbag. He's a shitbag.
He's a shitbag.
But, like, what happened? What did you do? Nothing. So you was just the perfect woman.
Right.
Like,
that's a fact.
You was just everything and you didn't do nothing wrong in a relationship.
Right.
Now, you know what I learned? You should never take one person's story. You should always get two people's stories.
Why are you gonna hit the nigga up though?
No. I'm just.
Oh yeah.
What I'm saying is, how do I say this? Basically, just take in half of what you hear.
Right, that's true.
Because it's only coming from one person.
And then women are 2 steps ahead of the game than niggas. Mm-hmm. So they only going to they put themselves in a situation where they know where it's going to go.
I never really seen a woman confess where she was like, all right, he did this, and that.
Right.
But I did this, and this, and this. It's
rarely a situation like that.
Now, I have had women like, yo, this nigga was cheating on me, but it's because I fucked this nigga first.
Yeah.
Now, with the information, you could do with it what you want.
Right.
And I was like, whoa, I was flabbergasted. I like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You being honest? Okay, so let me be honest on some shit.
Right.
Like, since we both coming straight forward. And,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, I just feel like, I don't know. It's like, I'm such at a...
I feel like I'm a firm believer.
It's an awkward time to be dating right now. And
it's not only an awkward time. I'm a firm believer in energy and karma, because we act on a daily basis. We commit sins. Like, I'm not saying I'm a Christian, but I'm saying we do things we're not supposed to be doing.
So then you shouldn't use the word sin.
All right, so we do it.
And who said you weren't supposed to be doing what?
All right, we do things that we engage ourselves in activities that don't go nowhere on a daily basis. We entertain people that we know it ain't gonna go nowhere.
That's a fact.
So when we play people, like we curving or we lying or getting out of a situation, what in our mind should strike a thought that God is just gonna come be like, here's the perfect person for you?
First of all, if you believe in that, let's just say you do believe that, hey, I've been done wrong, or this person's been done wrong, so God should do this, that, and the third. You have to think about, like, if you believe in that train of thought, God should get you too.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say.
So, you know what I'm saying? So
that's what my thing is. And that's my thing is that you know that it's certain people on earth, men and women, that sit down every night and pray, can I get the perfect person to be with? And it's like, my nigga, you're not doing the right things to be with that. Like, what makes you think that person want to be with you?
But science has, I don't know, there was a study where it was like, you already met your soulmate. Years ago.
Right.
Twice.
Right.
But you know,
two different people, or just twice you met that person?
No, like you met a soulmate.
Right.
You passed up on your soulmate.
Right.
And then there was another soulmate.
Right.
There's not one soulmate for you.
Okay.
It's more than one.
Okay.
That's what science says.
Okay.
Now,
do you believe that?
Do I believe what?
That you have two different soulmates.
I believe that if you're looking for a soulmate, you'll find one.
But does a soulmate mean does a soulmate mean you supposed to be in a relationship with them? They're your soulmate, which means they have the same characteristics as you. They laugh at the same things as you. And
a soulmate is deeper than that.
All right, what you define as a soulmate?
This is what a soulmate to me is.
Okay.
A soulmate is someone with an instant connection.
Right.
That has nothing to do with material things.
Right.
Has nothing to do with where you go and where you've been.
Right.
A soulmate to me is when you two are spending quality time together. Nothing else matters. No phones, no social media, no time, no nothing. When you two are in each other's presence, it's just
lit.
Abundance. It's
lit.
Love. It's life. It's like you lose track of time. Like you lose all sense of thought.
But it's a huge possibility that your soulmates, you might not be physically attracted to your soulmates. It's a huge possibility.
But that's the thing. See,
soul.
People don't understand the part of soul.
Yeah, it's soul. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
It's not.
But that's what I'm trying to say. We're in the era where social media, it causes physical attraction.
Yeah. And
you don't know my personality. You just know I look good in pictures.
But even before that.
Right.
Even before social media.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's when soulmate men soulmate.
But at the same time, though, you still had some form of, it may not be advanced as it was today, where you have social media, Instagram, Snapchat, where you can see the girl and her body and everything. But you still had some form of connection where, like, right now, like, I don't know, I was watching Why Do Fools Fall in Love, the movie.
Yeah.
And, you know, the dude, they all kept saying how this dude, he was such a charming guy.
Yeah.
His charisma was off the wall.
Right.
He could sing.
Right.
But he was a fucking shitbag. He was a Harlem dude. Harlem dudes are fucking shitty.
That's what you're trying to say about me?
No,
I'm not shitty.
Trying to say about that. You're a very nice person. You're a genuine soul. You're a genuine soul. But Harlem dudes are really foul. I heard there's a lot of women out there fucked up because of Harlem. But
they don't like Harlem niggas. I have to deal with it. I got to deal with the residue.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's all right.
Gotta deal with it.
It's all right. It's all right. But that was my take on what she said, and I went on a rant, and I was like, I feel like us as young adults, we don't take accountability for the things we do on a daily basis when we by ourselves. That's not right. Mm-hmm. And then we sit there and all right. In our situations, as far as of dating, we're the common denominators. Me and you as a males, we know that we want pussy from a girl, and that's it. And she might think of other things. So I'm the type to be like, listen, I'm only here for fun, X, Y, and Z. And then she end up falling, and then she end up liking you, and then they end up going, and you like, sometimes you like, it's convenient. It's like, I'm about to say whatever to her to get the pussy and hit one more time and have fun with her one more time. And we engage in those type of activities. We do. But I'm not saying, it's wrong to do that, but it's double wrong to go, why is God blessing me with the right person? To go on Instagram and social media and promote. No. That's corny.
All right, but let's backtrack though.
Right.
All right, I was talking to my cousin and my sister, and they was telling me, like, guys need to be more honest with women.
That's true. That's 100%.
And no, it's definitely not 100%.
Why you say that?
Because, listen, let me tell you something. It's only a very select few women. I would say, if there's 1 billion women on Earth, I would say it's about 1 million of them that can take the truth. Like, right now, if I go on a date with a woman, and I say, you know what, you're a very nice looking woman. This is not gonna go past anything. I just want to fuck you. No. Matter of fact, backtrack. Not only this is not gonna go past anything. We're not gonna have a relationship. I just want to have sex with you. You think
is she gonna still let you hit?
A woman is gonna be like, you know what? I respect your opinion, and I'm gonna let you hit. No. What's gonna happen is the whole other billion women is about to be like, okay, check please, bye, because they felt so offended.
All right. So do you agree in lying for vagina?
Yes, I totally agree. Listen, let me tell you why.
This nigga is wild.
No. I'm not wild. Let me tell you why.
Yeah, all right.
Listen, all right. I'm gonna keep it real.
Keep it real.
There's men in the world that don't get a lot of pussy. Believe it or not.
That's a fact.
There's none. So I'm one of those guys. I don't get a lot of pussy. So now when a pussy does happen to run across, I just can't let it go. I gotta try to do a little bit to hold on to whatever I got. So if a shorty be like, you know, let's just say for instance, I'm on a date with a girl, we're on a date, she's like, you know, so where do you see this going? In my mind, I'm like, it might not go too far after this. But listen, I don't get too much pussy, so I'm about to fill your head up with this, that, and the third.
Ladies, you gotta stay away from.
Don't stay away from me.
Niggas like it.
Don't stay away from me, because even though I'm not
you ain't shit.
Even though I'm not shit, but I got a kind heart.
Which is not Cancer. Which is not?
Yeah, Cancer.
Yeah, Cancer. Cancer is nice guys.
Definitely.
But y'all like emotionally unstable.
I'm not emotionally unstable at all. My emotions are firmly intact.
Okay, got you, big Tom. So that was one of the topics. Another thing I want to talk on is Kobe won the Oscar last night.
Greatest basketball player ever. Jordan ain't never won no Oscar. LeBron ain't.
Kobe won the Oscar.
Kobe won the Oscar.
Kobe, hold on. I'm not done. Kobe won the Oscar, and the rape allegations is coming back up on social media.
All right, first of all, all right, see, this is the thing I don't like.
He got hit with rape in 2003, I think.
All right, yeah, he got hit with rape in 2003.
Right, facts.
Yes, and whatever happened, I don't know. I wasn't there.
My nigga, let's be honest here. Kobe probably a drinker. The girl was probably a drinker.
Know, but we can't say that though.
They drink when they win championship games. They drink when they win championship.
But you can't say that.
All right.
He was not there.
I said maybe. I said probably. I said probably.
When you put probably in a situation,
that
insinuates like.
No, it doesn't insinuate. Yes, that's a fact. So then I would never say this. No. I can say probably.
Was you there?
But I'm trying to say it.
Were you there in the room?
As men.
Were you
get into situations?
Okay, were you there in the room?
No, nobody was there. Then. Nobody's with Kobe and the girl.
Then, so you don't say nothing.
The girl, all right. This is how I know it's bullshit because the girl didn't go to court and testify.
First of all, let me tell you something about court.
Why?
Court is bullshit because anyway, I've heard of people paying someone outside of court to deny their rape allegations. First of all, let's talk about these allegations of sexual harassment. First of all, Gina from Martin, she's doing a reboot with Martin. But wasn't he sexually harassing her or something like that? And that's why the show got canceled?
I heard that before. What is up with all these allegations of rape, period?
You know what it is? You ever heard the saying, riding the wave? Now a bunch of feminists about to be like, oh my God.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Care.
Because you know what's so crazy? If you're going to speak on equality,
feminists don't believe.
When me and you went to high school together, and I don't know if you remember Guy, a nigga named Guy. Guy Hayward.
Okay, yeah, I know you.
Guy Hayward, long chin ass nigga.
Long chin beard.
Nigga head built like a fucking construction boot. That nigga was raped. He confessed at 14 years old. Well, he was raped by a man and a woman.
Oh.
Babysitters.
Okay.
Oh shit! I just said somebody's name. My fault. But he confessed, and he probably would publicly tell it that he's raped by. And the thing is, if we want to speak equality, that means women got to be accused of the same allegations that men are accused of.
Let me tell you something. Women don't want equality.
What
women want is an advantage. Listen, let me tell you something.
That's deep.
When I was in the military, right?
Right.
And they wanted women to be infantry, right?
Right.
And it was like, yeah.
Like, what is that? Explain, elaborate on what that is.
Infantry is like, the frontline soldiers, basically.
Okay.
So, basically, it was one girl who entered. She was like, yeah, I want to be infantry. And we were like, okay, well, if you're going to be infantry, you got to meet the same physical standards.
Right.
The first thing she said was, oh, no, guys do too many push-ups. Guys do too many sit-ups. Y'all run too fast. What do you mean?
What is that name? Girl name? Gabrielle, the Olympian.
Gabby Douglas. Yes.
Men run too much. She's a fucking athlete.
But another thing, listen, I was working in I'm not gonna say
what's crazy is this was one of the topics and you just went into. I wanted to get into Kobe shit, and you just went into.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna tell the army story that you wanted to tell on the podcast, but went into it.
But here's another incident.
Go ahead.
All right, so there was one girl. We all worked together. She was a feminist to the core, right?
Right, facts.
So one day the supervisor was like, "Hey, I'm not gonna say the girl's name. Let's just say her name was Christina.
Yeah.
Hey, can you throw the garbage out? Oh no, that's a male's job. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Right. We're all equal here. Yeah. The only thing that separates us is the dick and the vagina. So you can't throw out the garbage?
I know some people.
And they always, you know what I'm saying? It's like always something. No one wants. I'm not gonna say no one wants true equality. I don't believe feminists want true equality. What they want is an advantage and what they want is just more money.
No, this is my issue. This is my issue, and it's been my issue. Everybody's standing behind. Not everybody. People are standing behind Amber Rose and what she's doing with the slut war.
Not everybody's standing behind her.
Yeah, not everybody. But a lot of women are standing.
A bunch of women who are totally disgusted.
Disgusted, right? And women don't want equality.
No, they don't.
Equality is when you want, like how you saying, a woman wants to be in the front line. That's equality.
You gotta put in.
But no. They want to not be judged by their sexual choices. That is judgment. Judgment and equality is two totally different things. See, like if you go out and be like, I want females to be, I want it to be more female construction workers. I want it to be more female head managers at this. XYZ. That's equality. Judgment. You cannot trade the mass mind on how females act.
Now watch this, because I was a construction worker. Now watch this.
Right.
Now the people, like let's just say women want to be construction workers.
Right.
Now, do you think women construction workers are cement masons or welders?
Nah, I don't know. I don't even know.
Most women I know that are in the construction field
that are big
have the easiest jobs. I know one woman. She's a very nice looking woman. She's a welder and she works with the men hand to toe. But now for the other 10 women I met, you know what they do for construction?
What?
They hold a sign that says stop and that says go.
Okay.
And then they on their phone texting all the time. That's what I mean about it.
But
they get paid more than the guys actually working on the road.
That's life at this point. That's America at this point. But do you get what I'm saying? They want to be judged by not their sexual thing. They want people in the world to not judge them if they be like, I want to fuck, I want to suck a dick. Like, no homo. They want that type of equality because they want this. They see males do it and it's acceptable.
But listen,
and when they do it, it's not acceptable.
But women will never get the equality because right now, you know how guys judge women off their body parts and women are so offended?
Yeah.
Let a nigga have a small penis. Have you heard those conversations? No, matter of fact, not even that. Not even having a small penis. Have you heard women talk about a man that is 5 foot nothing?
That's a fact. Like he's not a woman. I mean, he's not a man.
They totally disregard.
And that's
I've been in circles where women are like, I've been like, oh, she ain't got a fat ass. And women jumped on me. Like, oh, you a piece of shit. Oh my God, why? You don't like it because she ain't got a fat ass, you fucking male, fucking pig. And then in that same conversation, they seen, look at that short ass nigga over there. I would never go out with him. That nigga, he ain't got shit. Probably low dick. Nigga can't protect me. Nigga probably ain't got no money. Like, women will always judge you off of
shoe size,
height. Don't have small hands. Height. Don't have small feet. Don't
be light skinned too. Light skinned too.
I don't know about that.
No, women judge light skinned niggas.
I'm not light skinned, so I don't know.
Nigga, what are you?
I'm brown. I'm pretty brown.
You fucking no, you're not Hennessy color. Don't point at the fucking Hennessy bottle, nigga. Fuck out of it. Women are always gonna judge niggas how men judge women.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna never change.
But the thing is, though, women will be like, it's unfair for you to do it because you guys been doing it for so long.
That's not equality. Judgment is not equality.
Listen, you're never gonna have.
But judgment is not equality.
Who said it was?
But that's what I'm trying to say. That's what feminists think.
No, feminists.
Not all of them, but feminists think judgment is equality. No.
Feminists.
So all right. So if you're gonna argue about that, then what about black versus white?
What about it?
If you're gonna consider judgment not equality, then what the fuck about black versus white? We always get judged.
Listen.
No matter where we go.
Listen.
We could be in heaven, a white person gonna be like.
That's deeper than.
Yeah, I'm saying, but that's what I'm trying to say.
Because black people were always meant to be judged in America. And we're never gonna be shit in America. So y'all can march and do all this other bullshit.
Right.
And build economies and build churches and have
but
all
to
these
them, we
rallies.
never gonna be shit.
We're never gonna be shit and we won't be shit.
Well, clarify when you say that. You mean to the white man.
No. Yeah, to them, we're not gonna be shit.
Right.
But to me and you as black versus black.
Right.
We ain't gonna be shit because we don't love. Black people love white people.
Why you say that?
Why do I say that?
Yeah, why?
Because we don't fucking love ourselves. Right now.
When you say we don't love...
Listen, no. Just listen to what I'm saying. I'm about to explain this right now. Right now, if the MTA will be like, yo, I don't want black monkeys riding our trains and buses.
Black people
Do you think black people will be like, oh my God, we should never ride the train or the bus ever again? Because they said this, that, and the third. You know what black people gonna say? The majority of them, they're gonna be upset for a week. Be like, oh, I'm never riding the MTA. I'm never riding the bus. I'm never riding the Greyhound. Right. After that week, they about to be like, well, I ain't got nobody to drop me off. I ain't got nobody to get me to work. Right. I'm not gonna miss out on my people. I don't care what they call me, coolest monkey in the jungle. I'm still gonna buy some shirts. That's all. Black people love white people. You know what I truly believe?
But what they got to do with loving white people though?
Because if you don't love white people, you would not celebrate. You would not indulge
in holidays.
You would not. No. Not only that.
Okay.
You would not indulge in the NFL.
I don't watch it.
You would not indulge in things where white people specifically don't want us at. Right. Why would we do that?
That's true.
But I'm just a crazy dude.
Can we pull up another shot? This is our 6th. We almost at the 30-minute mark. This is actually a good podcast. This is gonna be one of the podcasts y'all gonna hit me up about and be like, yo, y'all need Tipsy back. Cause y'all was already hitting me up and talk about Julius need to come back.
Nah, they about to hate me cause I said black
they not gonna hate you.
No, listen.
You need somebody that go against the...
Listen. This is why they gonna hate me. Cause once I said black people love white people, they about to be like this.
But they gonna understand where you coming from. The people that listen to my shit gonna understand where you coming from. And even if they disagree, they still gonna listen to you.
I had a dream one time. All
right, hold on. Like, take the shot. Salud.
I had a dream. I want to make this into a movie one day. I had a dream aliens came to the earth, right? Right. And said, we're separating all the races and we're putting them on their own planet. Uh-huh. Black people, white people, Asians.
Damn, we drunk like a good percentage of that bottle.
And you know what my dream was?
What?
There was black people that didn't want to go on the black planet.
That's gonna happen.
They were like, yo, I want to go with the Caucasians. There was black people that wanted to go with the Native Americans.
But you know, I learned something off Ryan Coogler. Mm-hmm. Ryan Coogler, if anybody don't know, he directed Black Panther.
Yes. Great movie.
Great movie. Great director.
Hey, fuck everybody talk about Black Panther.
Yo, because hold on. You can get into this. Actually, let's get into this. David Banner, or the considered woke group
of people. I love David Banner, by the way, but
the considered woke group of black people.
Brother Polite.
They
Dr. Umar Johnson.
They was criticizing Black Panther for not touching on certain topics. And you gotta understand, and my biggest argument to them is like, it's PG-13. It has to be for the kids.
PG-13. First of all, Disney is writing it. Disney is writing it.
But all right, hold on. My man Tipsy gotta go get his son out the tub, so we gonna cut this shit short.
I raised my kids.
So we gonna cut this. We gonna cut it short, and then we gonna resume after. Yo, we back.
Sorry about that. Ladies and gentlemen, had to be a father.
If you hear anything in the background, that's his
my son, Qatar. Say hi, Qatar.
Say hi.
All right. Well, he's here. It's a kid here.
He's here. Resuming back to our conversations. Mm-hmm. Yo, I've been fiending, and you said you wanted to tell a story.
Yes, I wanted to touch on
the army story.
Yes.
That's never been told.
Like what?
No, you told me it, but you didn't tell me it on air.
What are we talking about?
I think it was the Agent Smith shit. You wanted to tell it.
Oh, all right.
On why you left the army or why you...
Well, there's a bunch of reasons why I left the army. Well, one, the army was downsizing when I was in. Right. 2, I didn't want to stay in because all my personal friends, my lifelong friends that I'm still friends with right now, were leaving. I had a friend die.
Damn. I just had a friend die that was in the army. He turned lieutenant at a young age. they say he committed suicide or whatever the case may be, and then my friends that attended the funeral said that his head was cut open. No, they were saying about something about his head was cut open, but it wasn't at the funeral. It was like a cover up, basically, and it was like a conspiracy on how he died. They say he committed suicide due to self issues. And me growing up watching him, he never suffered from self-esteem issues. So it's just, man.
I mean, what I will say, there's two sides to the coin because I mean, we can know anybody growing up.
Right, that's true.
When you put somebody in a different environment and they have to overcome certain situations and have to fight for their lives, they become a different person. Now, saying that, I don't know him. Right. So you know him better than I did. Right. But I know for a fact that the Army does fuck up information because a sergeant that I knew, wife hit me up and was like, hey, you know, how's my husband doing? I heard he was in a coma. I'm like, what? Right. I could go right down 2 bunkers down and go talk to your husband. I'll get him for you right now. Right. And she was like, what the fuck are they telling me? He was unconscious. He got blown up. Yes, he did get blown up. And yes, he was unconscious for 30 minutes. Right. So that's what I'm saying about the Army. So they delegate information that is wrong, and they do some shady ass shit. Right. Because
for me, all right. So for me, being a person that was once interested in joining the military, you know what I'm saying,
like the Air Force, black people.
Air Force. I was interested in actually joining the Navy also, because the stories. It was more of the stories. In the Army, it was just like when you asked your last straw as a black man, he was like, I got to do something that's gonna stroke my career. What made you like? What was the final straw for you?
All right. Well. It wasn't a final straw. My thing was, I got accepted to all my CUNYs and SUNYs, believe it or not. And I was 7th in my high school class. Right. And I had no problems. Right. The only thing is I couldn't get a scholarship. Right. That's my thing. Right. So, me thinking in high school, and we had a crazy ass guidance counselor. He was kind of like,
Who's that? Mr. The Spanish nigga, right?
Yeah, he wore the glasses, the slick back hair.
Did you do your passport? That nigga?
And he was like, and he would like when you got accepted into a university or a CUNY or a SUNY, he'll come to you and be like, "You got accepted to 7
CUNY, SUNY. I remember.
Which one are you going to?"
I remember who you talking about.
And I said, yo, I'm thinking about going to the military. He was like, "Why would you go into that?" And I asked him, "Why would I pay $40,000 in debt?" Right. My whole thing with me going into the military was, if you gonna pay for my college, if you gonna pay for me to advance farther in life, cool. Right. I'm with that. Right. But I didn't understand and grasp the total situation because some things are not worth trading for, I would say. Trading. So with basically what I'm trying to say is with the $40,000 in debt that many people have or some people have, I traded a lifelong problems and dilemmas that I'm still dealing with today. So.
But all right, so touching on that situation, because you said you wanted to speak on this situation, and I'm not gonna force you to speak on this situation. No, we can. This situation with the agents all being named the same name. I want you to tell that story.
All right, it was just a situation. I was in Afghanistan, right, and pretty much we had to go and oversee a poppy field, right. And this is another thing that made me want to get away from the whole army and fighting for democracy type thing. Right. Basically, long story short, we had a mission and we had to oversee a village while these agents, who I believe was CIA, confiscated the poppy field. Now, if they didn't want the poppy fields to be used, right, they would have just burned them.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? But no, they cut up the poppies, got them in a truck, and we had to fight against people that didn't want the agents to take the poppy fields. because it was in their
How much of it, when you say we, it was a group of how many? Like,
it was a lot of people. It was a lot of people. It was a company mission, and there was a lot of people on there. So it was well secured, and people died for stupid shit.
Damn, son.
So that's why when people say, "Oh, America's fighting for democracy," America's fighting for people to conform to how we live, you know what? That's a fucking bullshit, and it's always gonna be a fucking lie.
No, you could continue with this, the part that scared me.
What?
To continue on to the agent, the same name shit.
Basically, the agents was just like, yo, and we out of here. After they confiscated the poppies, like
the name. I'm talking about the name.
The
same name. Yeah. The
all of them had this. How I knew they were CIA, because CIA is very funny style.
Right.
Like, you know, if you ask an army guy, yo, what's your name? He'll be like Johnson, Thomas,
something general.
Something general name.
Right.
But when you fuck with the CIA, everybody's named Marshall, Lynch, or William. Like, how is 10 of y'all niggas and y'all all named the same fucking name?
Black, white.
Everything. No. It wasn't no black people. It was all white people. And I'm like, how 5 of y'all named Lynch and the other 5 of y'all named Johnson? How was that possible?
Right.
Like, y'all were fucking spooks, man. But
that's crazy.
All in all, the CIA delivers drugs. Listen, this is the crazy thing about the CIA, right? They found a CIA plane that had cocaine on it.
Right.
And they put it in a newspaper. And no one cared. Our government lost trillions of dollars.
Right.
And no one cared.
But those trillions of dollars because of what? Right now, Tipsy's son is telling him to put on the TV, so that's why he became quiet. Right, but when you say lost trillion dollars because of what?
Basically, if you could Google this, our government was like, "Yo, we lost trillions of dollars and we don't know where it went." You can Google this.
Well, what is? I don't understand. Like, you even lost me. Like, as a.
No, the thing is, like, all right.
Their investment is in drugs.
No.
Okay.
America's investment will always be drugs. Okay. Just remember, your local drug dealer probably doesn't have a passport, and I guarantee you, he's not bringing in these drugs.
Right, that's a fact.
We learned this from the Reagan era. So all y'all talking about Trump was the worst president, but y'all lived through a whole Reagan era. That's bullshit. Anyway,
Reagan. According to what I know, Reagan era was like a big drug influence era.
Reagan fucking had tanks running through civilian homes. That's what I remember. And I recall tanks being used for different reasons.
That's a fact.
Not for your common fucking drug dealer. And despite when people may think, oh, well, he's a drug dealer, he did wrong. A tank, really? And if you don't believe me, you can Google it, YouTube it.
This nigga. Alright, so my other thing I want to touch on is, how do you feel about, is off topic, it's not pertaining to the army topic. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about crazy girls? Because I'm not a big fan of them.
But the thing with crazy girls
I don't want another shot. You could take my shot. I think that shot right there is gonna take me over the bridge.
Okay, but the thing with crazy girl is what
do I consider
I think every man has a different definition of crazy girls. Yes. No.
No, you cannot hit Hennessy. Are you crazy? His son is gonna ask to hit the Hennessy shot.
Okay, so everyone,
and he's crying about it.
What was a crazy girl?
All right, but I don't like girls getting crazy with their hands, bro.
Yeah, okay. Now I will definitely agree with you on that.
I don't like that.
That's another double standard. Because right now, I literally seen videos where a girl would be like, come on. A girl will be like, wild out, hit the guy, knock him out. No one will break it up. Right. But as soon as the guy wants to land the blow, everyone wants to jump in and be a hero.
That's true.
And my thing is this. I'm raising a son. I don't want no one to hit my son. Right. So you need to teach your little girls that it's not okay to hit my son. Right. Because I'm not about to teach him to be like, oh, well, she's a girl, don't hit her back. And I know a bunch of women about to be like, oh my God, guys are so much stronger than girls. Well, if you know that, I know Mike Tyson's stronger than me. So I'm not going to hit Mike Tyson.
A girl told me on recently on FaceTime, I'm not about to get in no man face. Right. And he could break my fucking teeth, and then I expect.
Not only that, it's because you should have respect for humans. I'm not going to get in your face. You're not going to get in mine. What are you doing?
My man Tipsy went to go take care of his son. Don't worry about that. I'm not a big fan of crazy girls because I feel like they could put you in a situation where you could land in jail. She could put her hands on you. She could lie when the cops come.
But that's not crazy.
Hold on, you in the background.
All right, but that's the thing though. That's not crazy women though. That's women in general because a woman knows physically. Some women they cannot overpower a man. So therefore, you have to come up with something to make him feel like he's the lesser. So now, if I'm a woman. And I know how the legal system treats a black man, right, or a man in general, right. And I'll be like, he hit me. I have that power over you, right? Because I can call the police, and I know they're gonna respond to me, right, being abused, right, and I know you're going to jail at the end of the day. True. So that's how you balance out the power.
I mean,
come on. You mean what?
Nah, I'm just like, I've dealt with crazy women that want to check your phone, and when you on your phone, want to be sitting on your lap and look at your phone, and then want to make it an issue when a girl hits you up. I'm just not a fan of it, bro.
But is that crazy? When we say crazy, what are we talking about? Are we talking about mental illness?
Mental illness crazy. Mental illness crazy.
Because then if we're talking about mental illness,
I think abandonment issues is caused.
I have abandonment issues, but I'm not crazy.
No, but women do because
men
they be.
Listen,
men do too.
Men, I'm one of them. I have abandonment
when you
issues.
say define.
All right, so basically,
you ain't got. And you know what? If you don't want to talk about your personal life,
no, I'll talk about it. Basically, long story short, right? My mom wasn't there, my dad wasn't there. So basically, my mom gave up her parental rights to my grandparents.
Aunt?
Great
grandparents?
Your
great grandparents.
Yeah,
her grandparents.
Grandparents.
But your great. Yeah.
All right. So basically, my great grandparents raised me. So now, all this while, I was raised by my grandparents, but I always wanted the love of my mother. Right. So, with that being said, my grandparents did a great job of raising me. Never was abused. Right. Never was raped. Right. I don't have no sad childhood story to tell people. Right. But what I do have is I always wanted my mother to be around.
Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Like
how somebody could
raise you perfectly,
yes,
and you just will have a disconnect from your biological.
Yes.
That shit is,
and that's what I suffered. Now, a lot of guys like me had daddy's issues. I didn't have daddy issues. I
don't have a daddy issue.
I met my dad when I was 13.
I knew my dad my whole life.
And I didn't really care about me and him. But
it's not that I didn't care about me and him. He lived in my household when I was little. But then him and my mom had beef and they split and my mother ended up getting a different boyfriend. But I always had connect to my dad. I could call my dad and be like, Dad, coming over to grandma. He lived in my grandma's house.
Yeah, I couldn't do that for like 13 years.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have daddy issues. But I know niggas that could tell you, I don't have a dad. Like their mother just had sex with herself and just birthed her. Birthed them.
Right, asexual creature.
Yeah, like that's what I'm trying to say. But excuse my language.
Like,
but I had people like that, but I didn't have daddy issues for some reason. I knew my pops. I knew my pops' personality. I had conversations with him as a 21-year-old, 22, and then 23 it stopped because he ended up passing away. But I didn't have dad issues for some strange reason, even though he was in my house.
It's not strange.
But I did have relationship issues because I didn't know how to treat a woman because I didn't see my dad do it, and I wasn't willing to take the time out and watch my mother's boyfriend do it. Because it is a dislike in him. You feel me? I don't know if you feel me on that part because it's like you're not interested in him.
I can't relate.
Yeah, you can't relate. But what I'm trying to say,
my grandparents were married and they were happily married.
But my grandparents was married too. But what I'm trying to say is like if you the stepdaddy thing is more of a you being I would say older than him. Of a boy like 7 years old, and you just don't like this nigga because this nigga ain't your daddy, so you don't want to learn from him. Right. So you don't examine his moves or watch him as a person. So that was my issue. So I had to end up learning how to be a male on my own, even though I had my dad, but it wasn't in the physical form. It was more in the verbal form because he was easy to contact, but he wasn't in my household.
But
so I ended up learning how to become a man, and I learned the things that I glorified wasn't real. I grew up around drug dealers.
Everybody.
Niggas that beat women and shit like that. You feel me?
Definitely.
I grew up around niggas that do that shit and it was traditional because of that time. I'm talking early 2000s. It was at that time. When you talking to 2010 and better, that shit is not allowed.
Well, I'm not gonna say it's not allowed. It's kind of frowned upon more.
Yeah, it's kind of frowned upon more.
When you speak about tradition, domestic violence
is one of the things that was allowed. Yeah, but one of the things on why I personally don't beat women because my pops never put his hand on me, never put his hand on my mom's. My pops was a lecturer. His lecture and his talk was like a beating wise. You know, you have that person, and he's like, damn, I might as well get my ass by my mom.
Right.
Fucking talking to you for 2 hours. That's how my pops was. You feel me? And that's just how he was.
But I want to bring it back because like when I know you said something about abandonment issues.
Yeah, I was saying that women have abandonment issues.
Yes, women have abandonment issues, but men do, and I'm one of them.
Yeah, when
because I think that's the reason why 65% of my relationships fail because I'm still searching for the love of my mother. You know.
Yeah.
But I'm never gonna find that. So I feel as
you don't know how to exit out.
No. I feel as though like since I can't find it from her, why would some random woman love me and want to be with me?
Right. That's true.
So that's where I'm at. Like
that's and you know what I'm saying? That's the things that people don't speak about that need to be spoke about, and they need to stop.
Black men, but the crazy thing about black men cannot express our emotions because
that. And I feel like that, and I'm not trying to say we had it harder than black women, but at least women had somebody to look up to.
They have an outlet. Though.
They have somebody to look up to be like.
They have
like a lot of black men and women were raised by their mother. So at least as a daughter, you had somebody to look up to be like or be better than. We as black men, we didn't have that.
We have people to look up to.
No, but who was it?
But we don't have
uncles.
No. But we don't.
All my uncles. I'm gonna be honest with you. All my uncles was drug dealers.
We don't have someone to express our emotions to. So if we're frustrated,
my mother. At the time, my mother.
We don't have no one for that. So like black women can go to their moms, their aunts, their cousins, and be like, "I'm feeling this way. I'm angry. I'm sad. I want to cry. I want to." Black man is gonna probably most likely go to another black man, and he's gonna be like, "I'm feeling this way." And he's gonna be like, "Man, the fuck up."
Right.
And then all those emotions you want to get out, is now back to being bottled up, because you went to somebody else whose emotions is bottled up.
Right. That's true. That's true.
So it's not that we don't have nobody to look up to. We have plenty of people to look up to. We can look up to a bunch of people.
But who?
But my thing is, I don't think anyone should look up to a person. But I think you should look up to an idea. That's what I
What is our idea as a 16-year-old, as a 17-year-old, as a 14-year-old.
Well, I'm not 17 or 14.
But I'm just saying at that time.
But
what's going to affect your future is you having this idea to look into
a
teenager.
No. What's going to affect your future is you.
That's true.
Fuck all the bullshit.
But you have to have a book.
Listen, no.
Nah, you can't live life. Bro, if that was the case, then teachers wouldn't exist.
No.
Teachers wouldn't exist, bro.
Listen.
It would be no such thing as a teacher.
Listen, the concept of people having books and all this other shit. Listen.
No, all right, I could be wrong in that aspect, but what I'm trying to say is that it's always been teach one, reach one. Life, period.
But if you teaching someone the wrong thing,
it's not about teaching the wrong thing. It's about teaching what you know. It could be considered wrong or right.
No. When you teach what you know, like right now, let's just say if I was taught to be a Satanist and I didn't grow up in church and now I have a son, what am I gonna teach him?
To be a Satan.
Yes. To be a Satanist, right?
Right.
So now it's not about each one teach one.
I'm not saying what you teach. I'm saying the ability for him to teach somebody else.
All right, but
I'm saying life always been like that.
Your ability to teach somebody else is what comes from your teachers.
Right. But what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to say the word spreads down because of that. We don't just come in life and just have no teachers, because then we wouldn't know what the fuck to do.
But hold on, but why not though?
When we ever came in life and they had no teachers?
Name
a time.
Watch this. All right, so God.
Name a time.
All right, so God created Adam and Eve, right?
Right.
So God taught them what?
He said name the animals.
All right, name the animals.
Name the animals.
He taught them wisdom. He taught them everything, right?
Yeah.
So now,
what happened? What tree did they eat from?
Adam and Eve. Fuck the tree. Adam and Eve had two sons, right? Cain and Abel.
Yeah, I don't know that's you, but when you get to that, I don't know no more.
All right.
Go ahead, cause explain it. I don't know.
No, this is my thing. So like, all right, if we're talking about each one teach one,
right?
Where do we get the truth from? Because
but the truth is in so many forms. It's none.
No. There's no. That's highly inaccurate because there's no so many forms of the truth. It's only one truth.
What's the one truth?
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to get at. From the each one teach one thing, no one has the truth because the truth has been delivered.
But the word has been spreaded.
The word has,
even if it was incorrect or wrong or right.
That's like you right now, right? Mm-hmm. Now the truth is, what are we doing here? We at my crib.
Right.
My son's here, right?
Right.
Now, if you be like, I did a podcast with Jaquan Harris, and I saw him raping his son.
Right.
And people who don't know me is about to be like,
right.
He rapes his son? He's a pedophile?
Right.
Now, where's the truth at?
It's missing.
That's all I'm saying. No one knows the real truth because
I'm not talking about that aspect. Though that happened.
No.
I'm saying not that you raped your son, but though that happened in the past, like it was just bullshit and lies.
Yeah, that's all we're receiving is bullshit and lies. Because right now you have 10 people that be like, Christopher Columbus is the greatest explorer of the New World. Right. He discovered America. He did this. Then you have 10 more other people be like, Christopher Columbus ain't discovered shit. He had a fucking whorehouse. He killed a fucking bunch of people, and he never stepped foot in America.
Wait, Christopher Columbus had a whorehouse? According to what you know?
Listen. According to what I read,
my fault. Your fault.
Christopher Columbus was a fucking dick.
Okay. All right.
He had a whorehouse, killed a bunch of people, never stepped foot in America. But then I went to school where they was like, yo, Christopher Columbus, greatest dude in the world.
What school? Now you are.
P.S.
I'm about to say now you.
No.
You are was.
Yeah. Shout out to you. You are. But it was.
Not time.
Not you are. You shout out to Dream Yard.
Shout out to what? Science, medical, etc.
Yeah, a bunch of other schools. Fucking trash.
But not TAF, not you are. Yeah. You are wasn't preaching that bullshit.
What was I saying though?
What were you just getting on the aspect of like reach one, teach one, and that my aspect of it is that Like,
I hope somebody visits a time machine.
I wish it was a time machine. That's why I don't
really
understand. Do you know what my biggest concern and my biggest anger come from? Yeah. When they talk about is the world is flat, right? Whether it's flat or not.
All right, now
hold on. I don't agree or this whatever. Mm. Why in the time of the people having social media be leading to financial, right? Like a big financial. Why nobody don't take a spaceship, take a picture, and come back down?
Listen, all right, I'm gonna get to that.
Take a picture of the Earth and just come back down.
Okay, now watch this.
And come back to us and like, I showed you.
But watch this. Okay. All right. So, now, let's just say the Earth is flat. Right. Fuck it, the Earth is flat. Right. What are we about to do with that information?
They ain't gonna do nothing, really.
Okay, so no one's gonna do nothing about the information. Let's just say right now, I got trillions of dollars and me and Cash about to go astronauts and explore the Earth. Right. We come back with proof of flat Earth. Right. And everyone's like, oh, okay, flat Earth. Now what?
What happens from there?
Yeah, what happens from there?
It's gonna be a whole bunch of niggas that try to prove the Earth is round. But
okay.
But it ain't gonna do nothing.
All right, now let's just say we have definitive pictures. Everybody believes the Earth is flat. Right. What happens next? You know what I'm about to tell you? Nothing's gonna happen next. You know why? Because our government's been lying to us since fucking day one.
That's true.
And they're not gonna stop lying to us because we're not gonna do shit. We never have. And we never will.
Point. That's a good point.
Listen, watch this. Somebody's gonna be like, yo, the Catholic Church is evil and raping kids, raping little girls, and raping little boys. You think people gonna stop going to the Catholic Church?
Nope.
Why not?
Been doing it.
Oh, all right. That's what I'm saying. We are weak, bitch ass.
You ain't talking about the black people. You say
no. I'm talking about people in general. Black, white, Indian, Asian, whatever you are. Yeah. People are pussies.
Sure.
And once we get
that's satisfied with knowing the bare minimum.
And once we get the information, guess what we about to do with it? Not a goddamn thing. Because the information is there. 9/11. We celebrate 9/11 every year, right? Correct? Mm-hmm. But we have facts that prove that our government did 9/11. And guess what people do? Conspiracy theory. You know what I hate about conspiracy theories? It's not a conspiracy theory if you have facts behind it.
It's not. It's literally not.
Now, you know what we do as
human beings?
We're all just sheep because we're all stupid. Right. And black people, right now, I'm about to say it, we're the most stupidest because we don't stand for shit.
But it's not that we don't stand for shit.
We don't.
No, listen.
We don't stand for shit.
We don't stand. It's not purposely.
Purposely? It is purposely.
Listen.
It is purposely.
Hold on, hear my argument. It's because we, as a group of people, are programmed to thinking that a certain type of lifestyle is ideal, and we chase it to where we. Hold on. It ain't no but. But this is what it is.
It is a but.
It is. No, this is what it is.
Because
this is what it is.
Because we have sisters traveling the world. Right. We have sisters growing in entrepreneurship. Right. We have young men and young women, black, going to college way more than we had before. Right. So what you mean to tell me is we're learning, but we're still in the same place since.
But that's not because we not. No, listen, you're not understanding. We were programmed, regardless. But it's not our own choice. We just
anything you can't blame. You can unlearn anything.
But you can't. Anything you can learn. You can't generate that thought to mass of people.
Why can't you?
You can't, bro. How many? Why do we? Hold on. Think about it. Why do we glorify woke brothers? Because there's few of them.
You generated a whole generation.
No, listen.
You generated a whole generation.
Tipsy,
right,
listen to me. Listen to me.
Your piece.
Hold on. I'm not done. I wasn't even done.
All right, go ahead.
Why we glorify woke quote unquote people because it's fewer of them.
We don't glorify.
I'm saying you got your who? You got your brother Polites.
Okay.
You got your Dr. Umars. Because people know about him and people want to follow his stuff.
How is he glorified?
Why is he not?
Why is he not? Because he's not in a position to do nothing.
He's trying.
He's trying. But you just said.
Should we stand behind him?
No.
You saying that people don't stand?
What you just said.
No. What I'm
saying. Your words was he was
we programmed to be lazy and to be like that. We are programmed.
He was glorified.
He's glorified.
You know who's glorified?
Who?
LeBron's glorified.
Okay.
Kobe's glorified.
Okay.
Ezekiel is glorified. Those are glorified people.
Ezekiel, okay.
Athletes. Actors. Entertainers. So-called woke people are not glorified.
Why not?
They don't have the followers. They don't have the financial backing. And they don't have nothing.
So Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, and them niggas is not woke?
First of all.
They're not considered woke?
That's not what I said. You said glorified.
I said woke people are glorified. That was the
First of all, if Malcolm X was glorified,
why is he not?
We would be taking up arms and defending ourselves.
And Martin Luther King not? And Martin Luther King is not?
If Huey P. Newton was glorified.
We not.
We would be doing more.
Them niggas got their own day. Dude, LeBron got his own day. Dude, Kobe got his own day.
You're talking about a day that means shit.
It don't matter. They got their own day. They got their own day in the calendar.
My nigga, that
it don't matter.
Nothing.
All right, it don't matter.
That means nothing. You did not take on.
And listen.
But you did not take on.
You saying that woke people are not glorified?
They're not.
No, they are.
What are you doing?
They are. They got their own day.
What are you?
Dude, LeBron got his own day.
That is materialist. That means nothing.
So what is all right? So then what is
Travis Scott has a day in Houston.
All right, but in Houston, that's one state. That's one city.
Listen. Just listen to me real quick.
So who's glorified to you?
Martin Luther King ain't glorified.
He's not?
No, hell no.
Okay.
Hell no. Why is he glorified?
Okay.
Because Colin Kaepernick tried to set the. Do you think if
you don't think he's gonna be in history books years from now? Colin Kaepernick?
Okay, as for what? But what did we do when Colin Kaepernick?
This leads back to my argument that we are programmed not to do those things because we come from no power. Because we come from no power.
Anything learned can be.
But how you cannot generate? Listen, I agree with you on that, but you cannot. I agree with you on that. It's not that I don't. What I'm trying to say is to try to generate the mass of people that been living their life, how they been living their life, to learn something they don't want to.
Exactly. And that's why black people ain't never going to be.
I agree with your statement. I'm not trying to say but I'm trying to say I can't pinpoint and be like, oh, black people ain't shit. Because they programmed to not be. And they follow behind it.
No, that's not true. Because if you could be programmed, you could be unprogrammed.
But how many people think that?
Now,
me and you.
That's why.
Is it more or is it less?
That's why the woke people aren't glorified. Because if they were glorified, we wouldn't be programmed.
It's not that they don't have they're in the era where they can have a following.
Who's in the era that can have a following?
Dr. Umar.
Dr. Umar Johnson got slain. Y'all put him on a cross to fucking.
I heard about that. I didn't see that.
Polite.
I don't believe in Dr. But listen, I believe. I believe Dr. Hold on.
All right,
Dr. Polite. Hold on.
Let me say something. All the woke people, y'all fucking crucify.
I would never crucify them.
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't. But black people, they do crucify everybody. Monique,
because of what?
Monique said something about Netflix, started a revolution, tried to get people on board. We crucified.
No.
Dave Chappelle tried.
Let's not use Monique. That's the wrong example.
All right, let's not use Monique.
Dave Chappelle is a better example. Monique is a Monique situation.
We crucified Michael Jackson.
They did crucify Michael Jackson.
Black people crucified.
Yeah, they did. Black people did crucify Michael Jackson. Yeah, they did. They did.
Black people crucified Martin Luther King for having an affair. Supposedly.
Supposedly, they did.
Black people
but it was not. It's not over.
Listen. Black people don't give a fuck about black people in the discussion until we care about each other.
But how? That's the program, though.
The program. It's always about the program. But you know what?
That's the program.
It's not about the program. Because right now.
Because how can you?
Because right now.
You cannot get, my nigga. How many people did we know? How many people did we know go to jail or live off the welfare system? And that's what they know.
I don't. You know what the
and you cannot teach them to unlearn that shit. Because that's what they learn.
I don't know people on welfare.
Son, come to the Bronx. Come to Harlem. Come to Brooklyn. Come to Queens.
First of all,
I'm trying to tell you.
Harlem's full of old white people.
My nigga, no, it's not full of all white people.
There's more white people on welfare than black people.
It is.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm not trying to say every black person is. I'm trying to say this is what they know.
Listen, just like you can learn something.
But that doesn't apply to everybody because they don't want to unlearn.
It applies to everybody. Everybody has a brain.
But everybody doesn't want to unlearn what they've been knowing.
So
that's like a female being a housewife.
Just say that.
That's like a female being a housewife.
Just say that.
So how can you generate a thought? But my nigga, what I'm trying to say is you can't teach the mass of people to unlearn something and they're gonna follow it.
You taught
people.
You taught a mass of black people to go to college and put yourself
because the idea that was generated.
All right, just let me say something.
Okay.
All right, you taught a mass of black people to go to fucking school, go to college, get a 4-year degree, end up in debt. But you mean to tell me you can't teach a bunch of mass of black people?
You can teach it, but are they gonna follow?
That's on them.
And
that's
what
on
is the percentage of them following?
That's on you. If you don't want to learn, fine. Don't learn. But don't say it's not there. Don't say we didn't have leaders.
It's not that it's not there.
Don't say the leaders weren't glorified because we didn't follow them. We're not following Malcolm X. We're not going to follow Dr. King. We're not going to follow Huey P. Newton. We're not going to follow anybody because black people don't know sacrifice. Black people don't know how to get out of themselves.
Because they create. No, I'm not making an excuse for black people. It's because it's mad things that are created that distract black people from the importance of following those things.
You know what's so crazy? Black people always have a distraction. And I'm not saying
it's not. No, I'm telling you the truth.
What's our distraction?
I'm just saying, like, if
because
look,
we don't have distractions.
If I gotta pay back college tuitions, let's say I get caught in that trap, right? Mm-hmm. And then something else happens, like a mother dying from obesity or something like that. You created distractions to where I'm not thinking about trying to get out of debt or following a lesson of Martin Luther King. Or that's all I'm trying to say to you. What I'm trying to say is that if I agree with what you're saying, but you got to speak on why.
Why what?
Why black people are not following these things?
Because we don't want to.
It's not that we don't want to. It's because we're programmed not to.
Yeah, all right. You can speak on the program all you want, but a program.
Bro, you gotta understand the mind is bigger than the body, bro.
No, exactly. So if the mind is bigger than the body,
and then we programmed not to.
No, you're not programmed to do shit.
Nah, you not understand. You made the decision. You made the decision to not be part of that group because of knowledge you gained. Everybody don't have. People have access to the knowledge, but don't choose to learn. Listen. You not listening to what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is you chose as a man or as a human being to not participate in that type of environment. What I'm trying to say is everybody. I agree with you. Everybody do have the access to do it, but do niggas do it? No.
All right, then that's your fault.
But
your fault.
We already came in the game at a disadvantage. Let's not try to act like we ain't.
You can't.
Hold on. Let's not try to act like we ain't running a fucking 400 mile. Hold on.
But Black Wall Street.
Listen.
Wall Street.
Let me say something. Let's not try to. My nigga. Let's talk about niggas upbringing up into school programming, into the bee factory workers, up into we running a fucking race that white people already start 50 miles ahead of us. And that's what I'm trying to say. When you become discouraged and all of this, it's bigger than what you're saying. It's bigger than what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. I'm agreeing to what you're saying. What I'm trying to say is I cannot bash black people for not doing it.
I'm not bashing.
I'm not gonna say niggas don't. Niggas don't do it because they don't have no confidence in the discoveries to do it. That's what I'm trying to say.
You gotta find the courage within yourself.
But
just like
niggas don't know that.
Harriet Tubman found the courage.
But niggas
to
don't.
Free slaves, and all the slaves that didn't want to be free, she kept it fucking moving.
All right, but how many? You think she freed more slaves that kept enslaved?
No, she didn't.
But that's my point. The general mass is never gonna follow what is right, and that's just life.
What is right? But you saying what is right? What is right?
Well, I mean, what is right? But what somebody's doing to try to make a cause and effect, like what somebody's trying to do for the better of the human being life. The general mass will never follow it. That's how life goes.
Well then,
and it ain't just black people.
I don't know what to tell you. Look,
And I'm just being honest with you.
This is my thing. I love black people.
I love black people
women.
too.
I got a black son, a black baby mother, a black sister, a black mother. And my thing is, I see the writing on the wall. We ain't ever, never gonna get out of the situation we at because we can't help each other. Right now, if you to be like, yo, Cat, Quan, I'm boycotting the MTA. Brother, can you help me out with a ride to work tomorrow? You know what I'm about to say as a black man? Why you gotta get in my car? Why can't you get in your mom's car?
Do you think white people saying this?
But that's the thing.
I'm asking you.
But look, that's the thing.
A general question.
I don't care what white people say. I care about what black people say.
All right.
I care what me and you do.
And what
you see how you came out to listen? We did this podcast, right?
Right.
Did you have to make a sacrifice?
Yeah.
You had to come out here, right?
Yeah.
Did I have to make a sacrifice?
I don't know.
I had to open my home to you, right?
I had to open my home.
So if it's not two people making a sacrifice, how can we achieve a common goal?
People don't want to.
That's all I'm saying. That's it. Black
people don't want to because they feel like it's never been no result to it. Like I did it before and that's how people think.
Never did it before. Because
whoa. I don't agree with that, but okay.
You think black people,
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Black people made great sacrifices?
Black people
this generation from the 90s to now. The 1990 to now.
You can't say the 90s because the 90s, a lot of shit happened in the 90s. Okay. So I would do 2000 or up.
No, I'm going to say the 90s. What have we done that was significant?
What you mean?
For black people. We haven't stopped killing each other, which I get it. Every race.
I know why we kill each other, so.
Yeah, because we hate each other.
No.
Why?
That's not the. That's not.
Because we live in the same. Space.
Like I can't say that. I understand what you're saying about we hate each other, but it's a bigger.
Black people do hate each other.
But it's a bigger aspect on things, bro.
Like what?
If you design the demographic, if you would even look at the design of the demographics of our neighborhoods, bro, it's nothing positive that's gonna come out of neighborhoods. Hold on. You have a chicken spot, you have a liquor store, you have a Chinese store. Our intake is not positive. Our outtake is not positive. Our internal is not positive, and our external is not. I can tell you that from living in the hood, bro. I can tell you that from living in the hood. And what I'm trying to say about that is, if my mom suffered from cancer, and I gotta sell drugs, I gotta resort to selling drugs because I can't get a job because I'm discriminated on. I might commit something that's evil or take a person's life to make sure she make ends meet. And what I'm trying to say is that I'm not trying to say I don't sit here every day and live my life as saying, oh, the white man's the issue, white man's this. But what I'm trying to say is when you write a Willie Lynch speech that keeps competition within each other and it goes on for years, that's a program. And that's how I look at things.
So I have a question. So
if you put me in a situation, let's say me and you didn't know each other, right? And my mom had cancer. She like, I can't work no more. And I'm like, and then all of a sudden, your cousin put me on to selling drugs. And it's like, oh, I can make quick cash to help us just pay rent.
To help her pay rent?
To help her pay rent.
Your mom's dying of cancer. Why won't you
No, I'm saying she has cancer. Right, I ain't say she died from cancer. I'm saying to help her pay rent. And I'm doing these things to help her pay rent. So now, I don't know your story. I don't know you for shit. And then you come on the same block and you try to steal my shift. And then we get into an altercation when it's about money. Because America preaches that money is the idealistic thing to get. Like, oh, the dream.
It's not an ideal. It is.
The ideal thing to get is to
money is the thing.
This podcast is going for long, and I like this. But and America preaches that, and then we get into an altercation, and I take your life or you take mine, and that's what I'm trying to say. That's what white people created for black people. They put us in cages and they call us animals. Mm-hmm. Now, do we have the access and the access of the knowledge to become to not think like this or contribute to these type of thoughts? Yes, but how many people do? And I'm saying, me and you, due to the fact that you feel that way, and I agree with you and I see what you're saying. Well, maybe me and you need to work on workshops for black people to change their mentality.
Workshops you want?
It don't matter.
More programs you want?
It don't matter.
You know what it is? Each one has to take accountability. each one.
Me and you need to work on, because this is deep. This is deeper than me and you.
All right, it is deeper than me and you.
And that's the same shit when you was like about, I ain't gonna lie, the kids that we raised this now are soft. And it's deeper than me because I had to fight.
Kids are soft nowadays.
I had to fight, like you said. You probably had to learn how to fight. You grew up in the programs. You had to learn how to fight too. Nigga, my mother was coming outside when I was crying, like how your son was crying. My mother was like, yo, who was the nigga downstairs that was, I'll whoop your ass if you don't go downstairs and fight him. I was getting in the physical fights in front of my moms to prove my worth. And the same probably goes for, well, your grandparents probably goes for you. You feel me? So it's deeper than what we think that, oh, why black people become lazy. And then when you offer stuff like that's accessible, like food stamps, welfare, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it comes accustomed to, and it comes to pass on generation to where everybody wants to be lazy.
No, because
you have people that beat the system and come on.
My thing is, I guess I had a different upbringing, so I can't judge everybody else.
That's
my grandparents always raised me to get your own,
right? And
then once you get your own, help your family,
right?
So now I'm in a okay space,
right?
I'm not in the mansion,
right?
My son, he got food, he good, he got clothes, but at the same time, I can't help nobody unless I help myself. So it has to start within yourself.
Facts.
And it was another thing I wanted to touch on, but it got a little intense in here.
No, it's not that it got intense. It's
it's
two black men that really respect each other and not going to violate each other to get a point across. And I was trying to tell you from the upbringing of people that was raised by a single mom, black single mom. Mm-hmm. This is the things we had to go to. And I started to think, I was thinking like you at one point, and I started to see things from a deeper aspect, and black people were just programmed to be lazy.
I have a question. Do you think, like, let's just say, right? How do you think the mass of black people will act if there were no white people, no other races, and planet Earth was just left to black people?
It still would be killings and shit like that. Was slavery existing or not? Slavery not?
No. Like some god or being or whatever was like, hey, no more other races, just black people on the earth.
And the slavery did exist or slavery didn't exist? That's what my
Right
now, it still will be killings. Still, because
do you think we will overcome?
Maybe. I ain't gonna lie. That might be a good suggestion.
I have a question. All right, one more question.
That might be a good suggestion. That might be something great.
I know I touched on it earlier, but if like some being or aliens or something greater than humans were to come down and be like, hey, black people, I want to save you from your oppressors. I want to save you from the white man.
Right.
Just come with me. Give a percentage of how many black people you think would come.
Damn, that's a hard question, bro.
You know how much?
I say good 30.
No. I say 7% of black people.
Nah.
Will leave.
Oh, 7, or you'll be 93 with us, and then 7 will leave.
7% will leave.
To be with white people or to be with white black?
To leave to go start their own planet or whatever.
Yeah. And then be 93 with us?
No, it'll be 90. Like.
It'll be 93 with black people only?
No, it'll be 7% of people leaving the earth to go start another planet.
And then 93.
And there'll be 93 people still left on earth.
And it's just only black people on both?
No, it would just be black people still staying here.
What was the question? My fault.
All right. The scenario was some beings, aliens, God, whatever you believe in, came down to earth and said, black people, I'm going to take you from your oppressors. I'm going to take you. You're going to start your own planet somewhere else. How many of you willing to come with me? And
I could agree with your percentage because we don't know the nigga.
Yeah, we don't know the nigga.
And we don't know
and even if we did know that everything would be all right, black people don't want to leave white people.
I don't know if I could agree with you.
I know.
I don't know if I could agree with you on that.
I know.
I'm keeping it true with you.
I know.
And it's probably somebody that's going to listen to the podcast and be like, yo, I could agree with him on that.
No.
I don't agree with you on that.
No, you know who's... People about to listen to the podcast and make me out to be the enemy because I said...
You know. I don't think so. Listen, this is a lot of people that listen to my podcasts are open-minded.
Listen, they're about to be like, oh my God, he hates black people. No. And oh my God, he's on the white man's John, or he's
the alter ego of me.
I'm not the alter ego of nobody.
No, I'm saying you speak the thoughts that aggressively when I get tired of what I see on news, on social media, I think.
But the thing is, I'm not tired of it because I'm so used to it. So when I see certain shit on news, I'm like, all right, that's regular shit.
Damn, this podcast is almost an hour and 20 minutes, and I enjoyed it. But in the same token, me and him got to do another one.
We could do another one tomorrow if you're gonna be here.
That's a fact. But this is Cory Cash podcast. I'm wrapping it up because I know the attention span cannot be this long.
Henny.
You can follow me on Cory Cash, CORYCASH on Instagram, Twitter, etc. You want to give y'all your Twitter handles, your Snapchat handles? Tipsy, if you want to give it out.
I'm just a regular nigga, man. Shout out to Cash doing this podcast. Been a long time coming. Thank you for having me, Cash.
All right, and that's the end of it. Holla at us.
The Starlight Lounge presents an evening with the Progressive Box.
Old moon, yeah. That's Hugo, tickling the ivories. He just saved by bundling home and auto with Progressive. Gonna finally buy a ring for that gal of yours, Hugo? Send her my condolences. Hi-oh! This next one's for you two. There's a burglar in my heart. Thank you.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
For a limited time at Sprint, get $50 for each new phone you lease when you switch. That's right. You'll get $50 for each new phone on a prepaid MasterCard issued by MetaBank member FDIC. Just register for the card online and you're good to go. Get a network built for unlimited and a great price at Sprint. It's the best of both worlds. And get $50 on a prepaid MasterCard for each phone you lease. Visit a Sprint store this weekend only for sizzling Sprint Saturday deals.
Card terms, conditions, and expiration apply.